Yeah, this is Frank DeMora. If you just came to my YouTube channel, please go to my website, as you can see up here, www.bibleprophecyman.com. You'll be able to download my book, The Last Chronicles of Planet Earth, for free. I'm going to get right into some prophecies here that relate to the call for peace and safety as we see in 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Paul warned that in the last days, when we hear Israel calling for peace and safety, sudden destruction would come. And we know that the sudden destruction will be a war that hasn't been fought. That is the Psalm 83 war, of which the Palestinians will play a major role in. And then Zechariah 12:3 tells us in the last days, anybody that burdens themselves over Jerusalem, tries to go against Israel, will be cut into pieces. And I want to show you that this is actually, we're seeing the signs of the road to all of this fulfillment happening right now. Now I'm going to go to, there's some information that came out from the United Nations. I'm going to turn right to that. An organization within the UN has recognized full membership for the Palestinians. And this is UNESCO. It says the UNESCO United Nations Cultural Agency has decided to give the Palestinians full membership of the body in a vote that will boost their bid for recognition, as they state, at the UN. In other words, this UNESCO doesn't give the Palestinians full recognition now, but it is a foothold in there that will lead to, I believe, the Psalm 83 war, because when you take a look at the next video here that I'm going to be playing, you'll see that in this video, he again specifies the failed peace talks, and he says they have to recognize Jerusalem and the Palestinian borders of the 1967 borders. So I'm going to play this.
إلى سعادة السيد بان كيمون الأمين العام للأمم المتحدة بطلب انضمام فلسطين على حدود الرابع من حزيران 67.
As you can see right here, it talks, I'm going to play it again, about the borders. Pay attention to this. Notice, on the basis of June 4th, 1967 borders, and those are the borders, those are the 1967 borders that would give the Palestinians their East Jerusalem. They owned it. They occupied it, I should say, in 1967. And then when the war took place in 1967, Israel took it. Now, we know that this is the road leading to the sudden destruction that Paul talked about. I'm going to show you another video that shows you some of the clashes, why this is going on, why they're talking about peace and safety, or at least they're trying to make the attempt. It's failed right now. Watch this. So there's clashes that erupt in Ramallah as Mahmoud Abbas asked the UN for a Palestinian statehood. And this is the scene that's going to be played out until the Psalm 83 war. So you might as well get used to this Middle East upheaval. And it is going to happen. God's word always is fulfilled. And there's only a few wars left. Psalm 83 war will be the war that will be taking place. And as if you look at let me back to see this wall right here. I'm going to stop it. This wall right here separates the Palestinians from the Israelis. I was there in November and had pictures of this. But when the first war takes place, the Psalm 83 war, this wall will be standing. But the next war, Ezekiel's war, we see in Ezekiel says when there's no walls, bars, or gates. So in order for this wall to come down, the enemies of Israel have to be eliminated. And that's what's going to happen in the Psalm 83 war. So we see all of these signs coming to pass, and it shows us that we've reached the end of the line, and soon the rest of these prophecies will be fulfilled.